Oh, good morning all you lovely people. Welcome back to Grumpy Old Git in the Corner again. On a Wednesday at the moment, reasonably clear blue skies. But we know that can change depending on the mood of governments, shall we say. So yesterday we saw the old Bishop of Canterbury resign. Another scandal, this time from the church. But the church were the ones that covered the scandal up. They weren't the ones that created it. This was done by, I believe, was a barrister, if I read the stories right. Well, we all know that these high-earning professions, there's a lot of these strange people in there, aren't there? I'll call them, including government and the police. But there we go, there's the issue, the police. Now, apparently, or I should say allegedly, this was reported to the police about this abuse many times, I believe back in the 70s. Now, abuse of women, boys, how far, how deep it went, I don't know. But there seems to be a lot of victims standing up now and coming out with this story. I dare say some of them are just in it for the compensation. There's nothing ever happened to them. As we see in many of these cases, there are those that will use this to make money. But the fact that the police didn't take any action, they dismissed it at the time. And it was reported to them over and over. And again, they did nothing. Mainstream media, from what I've seen, seem to be steering all this away from the police. It's the bishop's fault, it's the church's fault. But the police have got to take a big portion of the blame for this, for not investigating these claims in the first place. We've seen this many a time with the police, even in today's world. Someone will report something, particularly abuse. Nothing. Now, if this was reported in the 70s, as I'm hearing, I would akin it to the grooming gang scandal, where the police had 40 years of evidence and absolutely did fuck all. Seems to be a recurring pattern here, doesn't there? Just saying, It's as though the police just don't care. They just don't care about people in public. In general, we've seen this time and time again. They're more interested in hurty words being spoke or typed on the internet, or protecting certain groups and minorities, I'll say, with their support of illegal terrorist connections and groups. But you point that out to them, and you're going to be the one that ends up in cuffs because you're a fucking racist. Unbelievable what this country is becoming. Anyway, moving on. Now, if people don't believe what we've been saying about them wanting to shut this country down, and what we've been saying about it, we've got a Labour advisor saying, let's get rid of the small farms, they're insignificant, they don't mean nothing. And when they kick up and protest about it, let's do the same to the farmers that we did to the miners. In other words, kick the living fuck out of them. Well, personally, you should be kicked out of fucking the Labour Party and Parliament just for that sentence alone. Because that is inciting violence. It's inciting violence. We'd get locked up for doing that. But, that's down to the police, isn't it? So that's all right then, because they'd love nothing more than to go into a group of people and kick the living fuck out of them. But with that leading on to that clown Starmer, at Cop Out 29 pledging to cut emissions by 81%. You know, there's more proof of what they're trying to do. Because what that would mean, we'd have to do away with all our vehicles, except electric. We'd have to shut down all our farming. We'd have to shut down just about every industry in this country. And that alone in itself would debunk his thing, we had the budget to create growth and bring money into the country. You shut everything down, no fucker's going to want to put their money into this country, are they? Dickhead. You know, kill off the people. Now the best thing about this is this comes from an arsehole who just flew halfway round the fucking world in a jet to make that speech and come out with that shite. And what makes it more strange is he done it and flew to a country that made its money and is based on fucking fossil fuels. You couldn't make this shit up, could you? I mean, we could lose a lot of emissions from this country just by stopping the bullshit and the hot air coming out of Parliament, but I've said that many times. Right, but before I go, I'll make one more request. Starmer, while you're out of the country, fucking stay there. Don't come back, please. We don't want you. You're an idiot. Right, I'll leave it there. For those of you that do drop in on the lives on a Wednesday night, I'll see you guys tonight. As usual, you know, we can discuss relevant topics, and if anybody's got any other topics they want to bring up. All done respectfully, of course. Zero tolerance in the stream. I don't play for fucking idiots. But until then, guys, as always, stay safe, stay strong, and give the middle finger to Starmer. That's the only thing that he needs now from us, is that. Respects, guys.